Welcome back to the deep dive. This one's really for you if you're an independent gym owner, maybe you're running a boutique studio, or you're a gym entrepreneur, a personal trainer.
Yeah, anyone pouring their heart and soul into their fitness business.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, you're lying awake sometimes thinking, how do I actually improve these profit margins without, tearing everything down and starting again?
Oh, absolutely. It's such a common feeling, isn't it? That boosting profit has to mean some huge, scary project.
Right, like a massive price hike or sinking tons of cash into some big marketing
Or
blitz.
buying all new equipment.
Yeah.
It just feels overwhelming, like you need a major overhaul to really see a difference.
Yeah, and that feeling, it can just stop you cold,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But what if getting a real improvement wasn't about that huge change?
What if it was faster?
Simpler.
Yeah, what if you could actually spot real profit potential in, say, just 15 minutes?
Well, that's exactly the idea we're exploring today. It comes from a white paper by Jim Thomas. He's a gym business expert.
Okay. And the paper's called The Fast Fix, How a 15-Minute Audit Can Increase Your Gym's Profit Margins Today.
The fast fix. I like that. Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission for this deep dive is to really get into this quick three-part audit Jim Thomas lays out.
It's designed specifically, it seems, to help you find those instant cash opportunities.
And just as importantly, plug those leaks, right? Those hidden financial drains that are probably costing you money right now without you even realizing it.
Exactly. And the promise in the source material is pretty strong. Jim Thomas basically says this audit is your first best step
To do what exactly?
to unlock money he believes is already sitting there inside your business, potentially without needing any extra investment.
Okay, money just waiting to be found. I'm interested. So how does this fast fix audit actually work? You said three parts.
Yeah, three distinct segments, and the idea is each one should only take about 5 minutes, max impact, minimal time.
5 minutes each. That definitely makes it feel less intimidating, more like a quick check-in than a full-blown accounting project.
Totally. Much more manageable.
All right, let's dive into that first 5-minute block then.
Okay, part one, the membership snapshot. The goal here is pretty simple. Find immediate ways to boost cash flow from the members you already have.
So not about getting new members yet, just focusing inward first. Where does Jim Thomas say to start?
Right at failed payments. Seems obvious, maybe, but he stresses it.
Yeah, it's easy to let those slip, I guess. What's the action?
Pull your billing report, specifically just the last 30 days, and highlight every single failed or declined payment you see.
Okay, get the list. Then what?
Then the fast fix is immediate follow-up. Make a dedicated recovery list and get on it right away.
How? Phone, email.
Yeah, phone, SMS, email, whatever works best for your members. He also mentions looking into automated recovery tools if you don't have something like that already. It saves a lot of manual effort.
Makes sense. And what kind of impact are we talking about here? Is it worth the effort?
According to Jim Thomas, absolutely. He says just recovering these payments can instantly bring back, get this, 5 to 10% of your monthly revenue.
Wow, 5 to 10%. Just from chasing down payments you're already owed.
Exactly. That's cash flow you've technically already earned. No new sales needed.
That's huge. Okay, that's a powerful first step. What else is in this membership snapshot?
Next up, those members who are, on hold or maybe suspended, frozen status, basically your inactive members.
The ones paying nothing right now, but they haven't fully canceled.
Right. The action is just to identify all those accounts, know who they are,
And the fast fix for them.
reach out with some kind of reactivation campaign, keep it simple. The source gives examples like, hey, reactivate this week for just $10.
Oh, like a low barrier to get them back in the door.
Exactly. Or maybe bundle in a small perk like a free PT session, just to give them a little nudge.
And the thinking is, these aren't cold leads, right?
Precisely. They already know you. Hopefully they like your gym. They trust your brand. They just pause for some reason.
So it's easier to bring them back than find someone totally new.
Way easier. And cheaper, too. They just need a good reason, or sometimes just a reminder, to come back.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Failed payments, reactivating inactive members. What's the third point in this first section?
It's about analyzing your membership mix. So looking at the breakdown. What percentage of your members are on your basic entry-level plan versus your premium tiers?
Ah, okay. Looking at the different levels.
Yeah. And the fast fix here, suggested by Jim Thomas, is to actively promote upgrades.
How do you do that effectively?
Simple things, really, like scripting for your front desk staff, targeted emails maybe,
Yeah.
even just signage in the gym clearly highlighting the benefits of the premium options.
Like, what do you get for the extra money?
Exactly. Spell it out. Exclusive classes, towel service, priority booking, maybe nutrition coaching access, whatever your premium perks are. Make them visible and desirable.
And the potential upside.
It can be pretty significant. The source says even if you just shift, say, 5 or 10% of your members up to a premium plan, that alone can add thousands in annual revenue.
Just by better selling the value you already offer.
You got it. You're just leveraging the members you already have a relationship with.
Okay, so just in those first 5 minutes, failed payments, inactive members, membership mix, you really start to see, wow, how many dollars could be untapped just sitting in my current member base right now?
It forces you to ask that question, definitely.
All right, that's part 1. Let's move into the second 5-minute chunk. Part 2, the expense checkpoint.
Right. This one's about looking at the other side of the coin, not just revenue in, but cash going out. It's about finding waste and stopping overspending.
Plugging the leaks in the bucket, basically. Where does the source say to look first?
Subscriptions and software. All those recurring charges.
The ones that just keep hitting the credit card every month.
Yep. The action is pull up last month's bank and credit card statements, get out a highlighter, literally, and mark every single recurring fee. Software, CRM, maybe third-party booking systems, marketing tools, everything.
And the fast fix once you have that list?
It's pretty blunt. Cancel what you're not actually using. Be honest with yourself.
Easier said than done sometimes, but necessary.
Totally. Or, if you are using it, but maybe only like 10% of its features, see if there's a lower tier plan you can switch to. Stop paying for bells and whistles you don't need.
Yeah, Jim Thomas notes that lots of gyms are just oversubscribed, right? Signed up for too much stuff they don't fully utilize.
It happens easily. Good intentions, but the usage doesn't follow, and those fees just add up month after month.
Okay, cut the unused software. What's next on the expense list?
A big one. Payroll to revenue ratio.
Okay, explain that. How do you figure it out?
Simple calculation. Take your total payroll expenses for the month, everything related to staff costs, and divide that number by your total gross revenue for the same month.
And that gives you a percentage. Is there a target range?
Yeah, the white paper suggests a healthy benchmark is somewhere between 30% and 40%.
30 to 40% of revenue going to payroll. What if you're higher, like over 50%?
If you're consistently over 50%, Jim Thomas says that's a definite red flag. Time to take action.
What kind of action?
The fast fix involves looking closely at shift schedules. Is there overlap you don't need? Can roles maybe be consolidated?
Looking at efficiency?
Right, and staff productivity. Maybe tightening up hours slightly where it won't impact service. He also mentions considering performance-based incentives, so pay is more directly tied to results.
Because payroll is usually the biggest single controllable cost, isn't it?
Almost always. So the source really emphasizes that even trimming this ratio by just, say, 5% can make a huge difference to your actual profit because the baseline number is so large.
Okay, critical number to watch then. Payroll ratios. What's the last point in the expense checkpoint?
Utility review. Sounds kind of boring, but it matters.
Lights, water, heating, AC.
Yep. The action is straightforward. Just compare your latest electric and water bills to the ones from the same period last year. See if there are big jumps or trends.
And the fast fix for utilities.
Look for those smart, maybe small investments that pay off long term. Switching to LED lighting is a common one.
Timers on the HVAC system.
Definitely. Making sure staff follow energy-saving practices. Jim Thomas also suggests checking with your utility provider. A lot of them offer free energy audits. They'll come in and pinpoint savings opportunities you might miss.
Worth looking into. And does this actually save much?
Over time, absolutely.
Yeah.
The source mentions potential cost reductions of up to 30% through smart energy management. It's a silent profit booster.
Okay, so in just these 10 minutes focused on expenses, you might find software you don't need, realize labor costs are maybe out of whack, find ways to trim energy bills, really makes you think, what hidden costs am I paying right now? And is my payroll really in that 30–40% sweet spot?
Exactly. It prompts those crucial checks.
Which brings us to the final 5-minute segment, part 3, the pricing power test.
Right. This is all about making sure what you charge actually reflects the value you're providing and that you're capturing the market demand effectively.
Okay, so how do we test our pricing power? First step.
A local competitive pricing review. Sounds basic, but Jim Thomas stresses its importance.
So just see what the gym down the street is charging.
Pretty much. Compare your rates, memberships, PT, classes, to at least 3 nearby direct competitors. Know where you stand in the local market.
Then what do you do with that information?
Well, here's the interesting part from the source. If you do that comparison and you honestly, truly believe you offer more value,
Better coaches, better facility, whatever.
Right. More value, but you're charging less than those competitors. Then the fast fix is raise your rates. Modestly, perhaps, but raise them.
He gives an example, doesn't he?
Yeah, a really clear one. Just a $5 increase per month. If you have 200 members, that's an extra $1,000 a month. Instantly.
$12,000 a year from just $5.
Exactly. It highlights that leverage. The point isn't to be the cheapest. It's about being the best value, and your price should reflect that.
Don't undervalue yourself. Okay, good point. What's the second part of this pricing power test?
Premium service packaging. This ties back a bit to the membership mix.
How so?
The action is list out everything you currently offer as a free perk. Maybe it's towel service, maybe initial nutrition consults, basic fitness assessments when someone joins.
Things you just kind of throw in.
Yeah, things that have real value but aren't explicitly charged for. The fast fix is twofold.
Okay.
Either bundle those perks more clearly into your premium membership tiers, make the value proposition of upgrading undeniable, or convert some of them into actual paid add-ons, separate services people can choose to buy.
Interesting. So stop giving away value for free, essentially.
That's the idea. The source explains that clients are often willing to pay for things they see as valuable, especially if it helps them get results or makes their experience better. What you see as a small freebie might be something they'd happily pay for if it was packaged right.
Got it. Monetize the perks. What's the final point in the pricing section?
Underutilized time slots. Looking at your schedule.
When is the gym quiet?
Exactly. The action is examine your class schedules, your trainer availability. Where are the quiet periods? When are certain spaces or pieces of equipment just sitting idle?
And the fast fix for those quiet times?
Use them strategically. Add value during those off-peak hours.
Like what? More classes?
Could be. Or maybe small group training sessions. Specialized challenges, like a 6-week fat loss program that runs mid-morning, workshops on specific topics.
Things that target those slower times specifically.
Right. Jim Thomas calls these off-peak hours under-monetized assets. By putting targeted programming in those slots, you can generate extra revenue without making your busy times even busier. You might even attract a different type of member.
Makes sense. Turning downtime into income time. Okay, so thinking about pricing. Am I charging what I'm worth? Am I giving away value? Could I use my quiet times better? Lots to consider there.
Definitely. It's about ensuring your pricing structure is working as hard for you as possible.
So bringing it all together, the core message from Jim Thomas's Fast Fix isn't really about hitting some perfect state overnight, is it?
No, not at all. It's much more about progress over perfection. It's about building momentum through these quick, focused actions.
Showing that just 15 minutes of this kind of targeted review can actually lead to real, fast, meaningful improvements in your gym's financial health.
Exactly. And the white paper even boils it down to a quick action checklist, kind of summarizing the main hits.
Oh, yeah. What's on that?
Basically. Recover those failed payments. Reactivate the frozen accounts. Push for those premium upgrades. Cancel the software you don't use. Check your payroll ratio and adjust if needed.
Look at utility savings.
Right. Raise where your value justifies it.
Yeah.
And monetize those perks in your downtime. It's a solid list of immediate actions.
And the big recommendation from Jim Thomas is don't just do this once, right?
No, he's really clear on this. Make it a habit. Do this audit monthly.
Monthly? Why so often?
Because these things change. Failed payments happen every month. Subscriptions might become redundant. Your competitor might change their pricing. Doing it monthly builds it into your routine.
So it becomes proactive, not reactive.
Yeah, precisely. It helps build a leaner, stronger, more profitable gym over the long haul. It stops those little leaks before they become big problems, and it keeps you looking for opportunities. Keeps you on offense, not defense.
I like that. Offense, not defense. There's also that truth bomb quote in the source material that kind of stood out to me.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
The one that says, basically, most gym owners don't actually need more leads first.
Yes. What they need first is to stop the money leaking out.
And charge what they're actually worth. It's about maximizing what you already have before chasing more.
Such a crucial point. Fix the foundation first.
So listening to all this, the real question for you, the listener, is, what's one step from this 15-minute audit that feels like something you could tackle, like today or tomorrow?
Maybe more importantly, how can you build this kind of quick financial checkup into your regular business rhythm? Make it a habit.
Yeah, because diving into this fast fix concept from Jim Thomas really does show there's immediate power there for independent owners, studio operators, trainers.
It feels like a clear, manageable path to finding real profit improvements without that overwhelming feeling of needing a total overhaul.
And it's worth mentioning, the source points out you don't necessarily have to figure this all out on your own the first time.
Right, there's an offer mentioned for getting expert help, either to guide you through your first fast fix audit, or even, potentially, have an expert do it for you.
So if you're listening and you're intrigued and you want to learn more about getting help with the fast fix, or just want to explore other business strategies for your gym,
Jim Thomas is the person highlighted in the source. Gym business expert.
and we've got his contact info, you can reach Jim directly at 214-629-7223.
Or shoot him an email, jthomas@fmconsulting.net. That's JATHOMAS at fmconsulting.net.
Perfect. And we'll end with that challenge from Jim Thomas.
Yeah, let's uncover the money you're already sitting on.
A great thought to leave things on. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.